scary because of the fact that they have such a long range, and any of that really on-point stun can actually catch you off guard. And once Jinx actually gets the fish bones, she gets extended range and is able to hit you from afar.
I actually like the ward being placed in there from iSG. Gives the opponent, it gives that information of the opponent jungler and lets them know about where the opponent jungler is. And that is really important in the current meta game, because if you know where your opponent jungler is, you can kind of calculate and take calculated risks of where your own jungler can make plays and if your mid laner can roam at all.
Yeah, that's right. So we do see both the bottom lane duo hitting level 2. Let's see if they decide to aggress an any. Oh, QTV actually taking quite a bit of damage from Zappy. Will he be able to land another cleaver there? QTV seems to be quite low and he needs to be careful of any incoming ganks from either Indolika or maybe even a roam from Shinya, although I doubt that he'll be doing it so early in the game.
So now the question is, will Indolika recognize the fact that safety is slightly behind on his jungling path and actually try to make use of the window to make a play happen at mid or bottom lane?
Yeah, that's a very good question indeed, J-Storm, but I think right now, judging by the pathing of the junglers, they are just quite happy to actually farm. We do have the Ignite coming out of Zappy. Zappy gets taken out extremely low. First blood for QTV. What a great play for him coming in. We saw him going behind so early and yet he got the first blood, and Mundo didn't have Ignite on him, so he kind of used that to his advantage to allow SAJ to pick up the first blood.
So this is the problem when you run teleport on your top lane. As when you run teleport, your combat abilities in lane are slightly reduced, and as a result,
and we do have the death sentence coming out to Junie. Junie gets catch off guard. He is forced to flash away. The Ignite is taking on him. Indolika is actually taking quite a bit of damage from Archie. Will they actually follow up? Pantheon is nowhere nearby, so this gank is actually very well fought by the SAJ bottom lane. Junie only having to burn his flash and getting out alive with a significant amount of health. He's probably going to regenerate all of that back with the Doran Shield as well as the Biscuit of Rejuvenation.
So this is the risk that you run when you go with the Doran Shield Stub. When you go with the Doran Shield Stub, the only wards that you have on the map around your lane are those that come from the trinket. And those are 1 minute wards. If your opponent sees them down, they know exactly when they're going to expire, and they can communicate this to the jungler, and the jungler can make use of such information to create ganks and plays at the bottom lane. As you see Indolika coming around once again, identifying the fact that Junie's flash is down.
Yeah, that's right. He will be starting his recall. Oh no, he does cancel the recall. He really wants to go in the Lantern as well as the flash play. The death sentence will miss, and it actually kind of stops short. Indolika taken down extremely low, is forced to flash away as well. Will the Ignite actually take him down? It does seem that he's able to survive from this one. However, Vera and Crazy Pineapple hasn't really been taking a lot of damage and is actually forcing the bot lane back a little bit. Safety is on the wings, however. Will he actually be coming down because the iSG bot lane is pushed quite far? I'll be looking at the minimap very closely. Yes, he's actually going in. He is spotted by the ward, however. I do expect them to actually get back as soon as possible. Vera taking a lot of damage. Safety will be able to get in for the stun. I think Vera will be the next one to go down, gets the stun out, and there we have it. Vera gets eaten up like bacon after Junie decides to burn him. Safety gets the kill from that one.
So Archie and Junie having excellent responses. When the Vi came in with the initial gank, Archie flashed out of the way and dropped the Ignite on the Vi the moment she overextended with the Vault Breaker. And because they knew that their opponent's jungle was still, Safety came down to the bottom lane, waited for a slight period of time to make sure that the opponent's water expired, came down and secured a kill for his team.
Yeah, that's right, and actually we missed some action in the mid lane. Shinya actually decided to burn his Ignite and force Optimus out of lane, and now he's actually he gets a not even a slight minute advantage, and now he has to recall because if he stays in the lane, Optimus will have a full item advantage over him. So yes, he decides to recall, gets a pink ward, and now these pink ward actually last for an infinite amount of time until your enemy spots them. They are no longer invisible, and once you actually get an early pink ward down, and if that pink ward kind of survives for 10 minutes, whoa, on the top lane there we actually have QTV going really deep, diving under the turret, picking up the kill onto Zappy. However, knowing that he's kind of dead, he just sticks in his tower, says, hey, I'm gonna die anyway, so well, I'm just gonna stay there.
Lee Sin's back for you. Picking up the kill, says, I'm gonna die anyway, I'm not gonna bother, stands down there and lets the tower take him down.
That's right, so SAJ actually getting those early kills, and now they actually have a 1,000 gold lead so early into this game. We do have Optimus making the roam down. So here we have is, if QTV manages to come back into the lane and his safety decides to go for a tower dive, it's going to be a 3-man tower dive under Zappy's turret.
I find it interesting the way Saigon Jokers are warding around the map. You can see 4 red color wards on towards the top side of the map. So it's a bit interesting as to see why Saigon Jokers will be choosing to ward up that part when that portion of the map when Baron is not up yet and it's like 7 minutes into the game. Well, usually you want to be warding around the bottom half of the map so you can secure vision control around Dragon.
This is really good because now they are able to get the blue buff and try to pressure as much as possible. Safety smites away the blue buff, gets the stun onto Window Licker. A lot of damage. The Wild Growth is power to safety. Window Licker is the one that gets Shockwave now being used by Shinya, gets the polymorph. Safety is able to flash out into the distance. Zappy taken out extremely low. Now Shinya is the only one that's surviving, gets the stun onto himself. He tries to pick up the kill onto safety, but nevertheless Saigon Jokers get the blue buff and get 3 kills in their favor, and now they're 2,000 gold ahead of iSG.
So Saigon Jokers outsmarting iSG at their own vision game. At the start of the game, I was saying how iSG likes to be smart with their vision, trying to control the vision and use that to take objectives. So this was Saigon Jokers turning that on its head and saying that we're going to ward up the top side of the map. You are not going to expect that, and we're going to steal blue buff and create plays from there.
That was a great rotation because the moment Zappy and QTV died, it was nearing the 7-minute mark. And then we saw Optimus roam, pick up the blue buff because they had that timing. Blue buff kind of respawns with the jungle pathing at about 7 minutes and 15 to 20 seconds or so, and they knew the exact timing and they were prepared for the engage because QTV was the one to roam down first. So now safety has a blue buff, and that's going to help him immensely in his jungle pathing. He may be going for an ultimate man drop now, and after passing the blue buff to Optimus, I do expect Optimus to continually harass Shinya out of lane. So let's see if any ganks happen in the bot lane. It doesn't seem like that's the case. No positioning for the man drop just yet. Now I think it's a good time to kind of talk about what iSG can do since they are an early game team and now they have lost the early game to SAJ. What do you do now?
Well, when you play a silver composition, your team actually excels in the middle portion of the game. When the map starts to open up and the outer towers start to go around, when teams start to move more into the jungle, you want to start playing the vision game a lot more.
Missing out the pink ward there, safety.
Now safety misses out the pink ward down there, but what I was saying is that, oh yeah, and he goes back and he starts to pick up the pink ward.
Yeah, so what were you saying, Jason?
So what I was saying is that silver compositions, they tend to do well in the middle portion of the game when you start to ward up your side of the map and your opponent's side of the map and try to find picks off your opponents when they stray too far from the rest of their teammates.
Yeah, so it's quite interesting now. Every lane is sort of losing gold at this moment, especially in terms of kills. All of them are keeping up in farm quite. It was quite even outside of the fact that QTV has a 10 CS lead above Zappy at this moment. So iSG now playing very defensively. We do see the Optimus roam having that whimsy to actually get the speed boost on. We may see a turret dive once Tibbers actually lands. Tibbers goes in onto Vera. Vera takes a so much damage, and now the man drop comes in from behind. Crazy Pineapple will not be able to escape this one. A great stun on him. The On the Hunt is popped, and he still isn't able to get away. What a clean dive from SAJ, and now they pick up 2 easy kills in bot lane. SAJ looks like a completely different team this week, and it does seem that they really want to win and show their dominance against the rest of the group.
Saigon Jokers exerting dominance and showing their strengths in this game.
That's right, we do have QTV coming in, but the Storm Battery comes down, but Shockwave hits 2 2 members. Window Licker taken down very low. QTV may go down. The igniting. Does he able to get away? His safeguard actually saves him barely. And now Optimus needs to flash away as well. Zappy actually gets the stun on him. Optimus picks up the kill onto Shinya. Optimus still able to stay alive. QTV goes out. Optimus gets the shields onto both of them, and QTV actually manages to survive. He's the one that took down Zappy. That was a 3 for nothing exchange in favor of SAJ, and I do expect them to push this middle lane turret now.
My goodness, I think we're going to see Lee Sin being banned out against Saigon Jokers more often from now on. That Lee Sin on QTV is just monstrous. Just look at the decision. Just look at that decision making. He used a flash to get out of the way, and after a safeguard, so that the ignite wouldn't kill him, and then he moved into position. So as we move into replay to see what happened during the fight. So what we have here is that what jumped down here. So Shinya pokes out to some damage as we see the rest of the Saigon Jokers team acknowledging the fact that they have to make a play here as they start to rotate. 2-man shockwave lands and QTV drop extremely low. So this is where the extremely clutch play comes in. He picks up the kill, flashes out of the way, and safeguards to the minions so that he doesn't die. And Optimus uses his own flash to get away. Zappy tries to chase him in, but this is where the rest of the Saigon Jokers team groups in, saves their teammates, and picks up another kill for themselves.
That's right, he actually used the safeguard and as well as that lifesteal to actually proc on the second hit of the resonating strike, allow him to heal a little bit more damage from that one, and thus allowing him to survive in that fight. So this is extremely good communication because SAJ were doing Dragon, and QTV landed a resonating sonic wave, goes in with a resonating strike, knowing that the rest of his teammates by that time would have already finished Dragon and rotated all the way to help them, making it a 5v4 constantly.
So now QTV and Window Licker dueling out here, forcing a flash away from Window Licker. I find it a bit questionable, but
there we go, the man drop comes in and the Super Mega Death Rocket not being able to save, not being able to execute though, but nevertheless they do pick up 2 kills in the bot lane. Both Vera as well as Crazy Pineapple are the ones that are able to die there, actually not able to die but unable to get away. And now Optimus making the roam. Will he be able to catch Window Licker off guard? Window Licker decides to use the smite to actually get some of the HP back as he heals from the spirit of the Lizard Elder, and now he uses the Vault Blade to try to get away from the roaming Optimus.
So no surprises there coming in for Window Licker as Saigon Jokers continue to exert the map pressure and pick up more towers around the map.
That's right, they have a 2 turret advantage over iSG at this moment, and in addition to that they have just about, let's see, 8,000 gold, 8,000 gold really advantage.
That is so
at 13 minutes.
So I actually feel that in this game Saigon Jokers, they read iSG like a book. They really read iSG like a book. iSG, I feel that if they want to continue to do well and advance through the group stages, they need to expand their playbook. They need to diversify the map boarding and their objective focuses during the start of the game in order to come up ahead against teams that prepare really well like Saigon Jokers.
Yeah, this is quite worrying for me because iSG is a team that really excels in the early game, and it seems that once they fall behind the early game, they don't really know what to do, and they do need to keep their heads calm in order to respond to this SAJ dominance right now all over the map. 8,000 gold is something not very easy to climb out of the deficit, but they do need to keep a level head if they want any chance to win. None of the inhibitor turrets have gone down just yet, and I'm not going to count iSG out of it because they do have a strong team comp, and if they are able to use the on the hunt combination as well as the CC that they have from both Shinya and Window Licker, they may stand a chance if they catch 1 or 2 members of SAJ off guard. We do see the depth centers landing onto Junie. We may see the box coming out. The shockwave when it comes out only hits out of safety. Archie is actually able to go down now. Junie gets the wild growth onto him, and now he should be the next one to fall. Following that, Optimus actually joins the fight. He really wants Shinya to go down, dodges the glitter lens, however, but nevertheless, Crazy Pineapple's the next one to go down. Now Vera is running for his life. Safety should have that stun coming in. There's no dragon there, Vera, and now you won't be able to get away from that one. An easy pickup from SAJ, but it does seem like it went slightly well for iSG at that moment, but I think they overcommitted and they didn't know where the rest of SAJ were. I don't know why they decided to engage. They didn't really have too much vision on the rest of the SAJ squad, and that kind of caused them to trade 3 for 1 or 3 for 2.
Well, actually, I felt there was also a little bit of miscommunication from iSG over there. Like, we actually see the flake coming down to Archie and the command shockwave going on to a completely different target altogether. That could have been communicated better from the iSG team. Focus down the important damage dealers first. As we see QTV coming in, poking some damage onto Shinya.
Yeah, that's right. Will we see Windowlicker go in for it? No, it doesn't seem like that's the case, but yes, you were saying, J-Storm?
So what I was saying is that iSG, they need to communicate better, they need to call out their targets and focus down the important people. Archie down there was a very prime target, and we didn't see Archie instantly dying despite being hit by the CC coming in from trash.
That was right, it was a very questionable shockwave coming in because we saw Junie as well as Archie kind of get stuck in that double Golem's pit, but the shockwave was actually pulled off onto safety, and I believe that additional burst, if it actually hit onto both Archie and Junie, they could have actually instantly killed Archie. Maybe Junie would have survived, but that one kill would have allowed them to claw back a little bit of the gold deficit in their favor. They should have backed off and maybe just be happy with that one kill.
Well, 12,000 gold in the favor of Saigon Jokers now. And let's see where that goal is going. We have 5 kills on Lee Sin, 4 kills on Pantheon with 7 assists. Usually when you see kills on a jungle in previous seasons, that wasn't as scary. But now, with so much damage being built on the junglers, it's actually, oh, as man drop comes in.
Yeah, that's right. The Grand Skyfall comes in. Windowlicker, it just completely gets decimated onto that one. They really want to go to Zappy now. The great 3-man shockwave will iSG be able to turn around and get anything out of this one. Optimus himself goes in, pops the wild growth to himself, actually gets the knockdown to Crazy Pineapple, and they easily finish that one. Zappy's the next one to go down. A double kill for QTV. QTV seems like he really wants to fight this one against Shinya. Gets the tempers down and gets the cripple. Shinya taken down extremely low. He goes in with the resonating strike combination. Optimus comes in to give some backup. He wants to go back in the safeguard. Shinya puts the protect onto himself. It does seem that QTV will want to get out of this one. Optimus tanks a few of the turret shots with his shield. QTV as well using the safeguard to block a few shots. They do have a 5-man push onto the mid inhibitor turret now. They should be able to get this one cleanly. They do want to go on for the inhibitor. They know that they can win team fights. They know that iSG is very weak against them right now, and they go in for another fight. Vera taken out extremely low. The Vault Breaker comes in, safety taken out extremely low, gets the shutdown onto him, but look at the members of iSG dropping one by one. Jake is getting excited, gets a double kill. Will he get a triple kill? Yes, he does.
In fact, there's a quadruple kill coming in from Archie over here. So, usually, when you see a 12,000 goal lead in the later portions of the game, comebacks are still possible, but in 17 minutes into the game, that's really brutal because it means that your opponent team has got 1.5 times as much goal as you, as we see actually 2 giant bells on Lee Sin. So we have 8 kills and 8 assists on QTV. I would say he is definitely MVP of this game, as he's actually fled into the fountain and shut down Ghost In, but it's too late. Nexus explodes and Saigon Jokers picked up the game in a very convincing manner.
This is probably the quickest game we've had